Tucked away in Southeast Asia is the mysterious and opulent nation of Brunei. Despite its small footprint and modest population of around 441,000, it stands as one of the wealthiest countries in the world. While we've all heard tales of the world's richest royal families and their unimaginable treasures, few have a reputation for splurging quite like Brunei's king, Sultan Hassanal Bolkiah, who has ruled Brunei for over half a century. He and his royal clan are renowned for their penchant, for the most extravagant spending the world has ever seen. Sultan Hassanal Bolkiah has spared no expense indulging his most extravagant whims in ways most can only dream of. The South China Morning Post has even dubbed the 72-year-old monarch's wealth as legendaries. The Bruneian royals are among the world's wealthiest, with an estimated net worth of a staggering $30 billion. In today's feature, let's dive deeper into the life of this influential and incredibly wealthy monarch. Lights, camera, action. Brunei's legendary wealth. Sultan Hassanal Bolkiah of Brunei is a name that often reverberates through the corridors of global power. Beyond just his jaw-dropping wealth, oversized bank accounts, and penchant for regal extravagance, he also holds the title as one of the world's longest reigning monarchs, ascending to the throne in 1967 at the tender age of 21. Sultan Bolkiah has held dominion for an impressive 55 years. Born as the eldest son to the previous monarch, Sultan Omar Ali Saifuddin III, the 28th Sultan of Brunei, Hassanal was designated as Crown Prince in 1961. In 1966, he pursued his education at the esteemed Royal Military Academy Sandhurst in the UK. By 1967, he returned home, succeeding his father's throne. Much like his father, he was knighted by Queen Elizabeth II of England. When Brunei declared its independence in 1984, he took on multiple roles, doubling as the Prime Minister, Minister of Defense, and Finance Minister. Additionally, he is both the Supreme Commander of the Royal Armed Forces and the highest authority in the police force. The Beverly Hills of Southeast Asia. With a life of unparalleled luxury supported by a vast fortune, he ranks second on the list of the world's richest monarchs. Forbes magazine once pegged Sultan Bolkiah's net worth around a staggering $30 billion. The majority of this immense wealth stems from the abundant resources and prosperity of Brunei. Often hailed as the jewel of Southeast Asia, Sultan Hassanal Bolkiah's Islamic kingdom is a beacon of stable economy on the global stage. Not only is it blessed with abundant oil reserves, but nature has also favored Brunei with a rich biodiversity. Many of its forests remain pristine, home to exotic timber, diligently preserved and protected by both the government and its citizens. Though petite in size, Brunei's prosperity is unmatched. Landing at its international airport in the northern part of its capital, Bandar Seri Begawan, one is immediately taken aback by the verdant vistas below. The sprawling greenery is accentuated by the stunning beauty of its historic mosques juxtaposed against state-of-the-art infrastructure, spanning nearly 6,000 square kilometers, of which pristine forests cover a whopping 70. Brunei is aptly dubbed the green lung of Southeast Asia. In the indigenous language, Brunei translates to abode of peace. True to its name, visitors to this affluent nation are met with serene surroundings, devoid of towering skyscrapers, roadside stalls, or even the hum of a passing bicycle. Strategically situated in the northern part of Borneo, the world's largest island shared by Brunei, Malaysia, and Indonesia. This small nation is lucky enough to sit atop almost all the island's oil reserve. Ever since its oil and gas sectors were officially developed in 1929, the petroleum industry has played a pivotal role in Brunei's economy, contributing over 90% to its GDP. Marking the spot of its first oil discovery, Brunei erected a symbolic billion-barrel monument when the nation achieved this remarkable milestone in 1991. The current head, Sultan Hassanal Bolkiah, is the 29th Sultan of the nation. As a monarchy with over 600 years of history, it's no surprise that the royal lineage is affluent. But understanding that all their blessings are gifts from the divine, Brunei's rulers have always been conscientious, showing a genuine concern for their subjects and upholding noble value. Thanks to the nation's enormous wealth, the Sultan has ensured a tax-free life for his citizens. With vast revenue from petroleum exports and a relatively small population, Brunei's government can afford generous social welfare policy. Residents even have access to government-provided housing. They simply register for a symbolic fee of $1. After a few years, they're called upon to claim their new home. In a kingdom where opulence is the standard, students in Brunei enjoy the privilege of free education, with boys and girls attending separate institutions. High school grads eyeing international universities, the state offers scholarships. But there's a catch. For every year they study abroad, they must work for the government for the same number of years upon return. Healthcare, just another perk of being Brunei. Thanks to the monarch's patronage, medical care is free. Though due to the current global economic downturn and falling oil prices, there's a symbolic $2 fee now. And for those in need of specialized care beyond Brunei's border, they're flown to Singapore, with all medical bills footed by Brunei. And if you're thinking about income tax or unemployment woes, think again. Citizens don't pay a dime in income taxes and unemployment benefits. No wonder the locals lead such peaceful, harmonious lives with minimal competition and top-tier social welfare. Palaces, places of worship decked in gold and encrusted with luxurious crystals might leave you awestruck. But for the locals, just another Tuesday. From mosques and palaces to museums and even 4- or 5-star hotels, they're all draped in this pricey metal. A standout is the Sultan Hassanal Bolkiah Mosque, with its dome and 29 towers adorned with a whopping 5 tons of gold. Described by the late French leader de Gaulle as outside the orbit of mankind, the royal family and the nation of Brunei truly show just how extraordinary this place is. And in a country where making money isn't the worry, but how to spend it is, you bet there are some legendary spending tales. Brunei's king is known for his lavish and sometimes wild spending habits, from exotic collections to extravagant parties. The tales of his splurges might just be beyond the imagination of us mere mortals. Luxurious auto obsession, the ultimate car collection. Passionate about the fast and the luxurious, the Brunei royal family has amassed a jaw-dropping fleet of almost 7,000 supercars, making it arguably the world's grandest garage. They're the most premium versions from top-tier brands. This collection is estimated to be worth over a whopping $5 billion. Talk about opulence on wheels. Among his favorites are a staggering 600 Rolls-Royces, 450 Ferraris, 380 Bentleys, and an impressive 134 Koenigseggs, plus countless other high-end models. Taking luxury to another level, the king even commissioned custom-made gold-plated supercars tailored to his exact tastes. His affinity for Rolls-Royce is palpable. He owns about half of all the cars the company has sold in the past decade. Just picture this, a full gold-plated Rolls-Royce from grille to tire rims. Nothing screams royalty more than cruising the streets in a $14 million all-gold Rolls, waving to the adoring masses. Some of these gems are so unique, they're bespoke models designed exclusively for the Sultan. Created in utmost secrecy by manufacturers, many in the press remain unaware until they're secretly transported to join the king's prize collection. Only a select few dignitaries have ever glimpsed these one-off wonders, with the rare glimpse occasionally caught by a lucky paparazzo. Special mentions: the gray Lamborghini Urraco, the Ferrari 456 GE Venice, and the Porsche 959. All incredibly rare, adding immense value to this regal collection. They are all limited editions of impeccable quality and prestige. Some are so exclusive they've never been publicly announced by the manufacturer. Instead, they're exclusively spotted in the king's private car sanctuary, never to be seen on regular roads. Brunei's king takes luxury to the skies. November 9th, 2017. The runway at an international event shimmered with royalty as King Hassanal Bolkiah's personal Airbus A340-2, lovingly dubbed the Flying Palace for its regal flair, touched down. The real shocker? The king himself was in the pilot's seat. This isn't the first time Brunei's monarch has left onlookers agog with his love for aviation. Back in 2012, the aviation world buzzed when he landed his own plane in New Delhi, India, surprising airport officials. Fast forward to 2013, the king, in a golden Boeing 747, flew himself to Washington, D.C. to discuss petroleum and climate change initiatives with President Obama. While most royals enjoy the lap of luxury in their airborne palaces, Brunei's dynamic king prefers to take matters into his own hands, experiencing the thrill of flight firsthand. And speaking of airborne palaces, his collection is beyond lavish. The king boasts ownership of 3 private jets, including a Boeing 767-200 and an Airbus A340-200. but the crown jewel, a gold-clad Boeing 747-400. Beyond the staggering initial cost of around $100 million for the jet, King Hassanal Bolkiah invested an additional $120 million to redesign and upgrade its interior. The enhancements include extra fuel tanks, boosting its range from 12,500 kilometers to an impressive 15,000 kilometers. Inside, it's a dream of 24 gold and Malik crystal, golden hallways, gilded conference rooms, solid gold sinks, and even the tiniest details finely coated gold. There's a private meeting room lavishly adorned in gold and precious woods, and the pièce de résistance, a bedroom with shimmering golden furnishings fit for a king, rivaling the world's best five-star hotel. With a cruising speed of 1,000 kilometers per hour and a range of 15,000 kilometers, this golden Boeing 747-400 is perfect for transcontinental royal visits. Besides this golden wonder, the king's aviation arsenal includes another Airbus, a 340 and 6 other jets. Given Brunei's vast petroleum reserves, it's clear that the cost of fuel or operating such a magnificent fleet doesn't ruffle the royal feathers. The world's grandest gold-adorned palace. The opulence of Brunei's head of state is most prominently showcased through his unparalleled world-renowned palace, Istana Nurul Iman. Boasting a size that dwarfs even the historic Buckingham Palace in England, its Arabic name translates to Palace of the Light of Faith. The palace's breathtaking golden dome, crafted by famed Filipino architect Leandro V. Locsin, is a shimmering beacon of gold, estimated to weigh tens of tons and span a significant diameter. Not only does this dome reflect the characteristics of a prominent Islamic nation, but it also stands as a testament to the majesty of the Sultan. Upon completion, Istana Nurul Iman claimed its title in the Guinness Book of World Records as both the largest residence of a head of state and the largest residential palace ever constructed. It stretches across an astounding 200,000 square meters, housing 1,788 rooms, which includes 257 lavatories, 5 international standard swimming pools, a banquet hall fit for hosting 5,000 guests, and a mosque accommodating 1,500 people. And that's not even mentioning the vast, lush gardens or the 110-car garage showcasing the ruler's vast collection of luxury vehicles. A helipad on the palace's rooftop ensures the royal family's swift journey to international destinations. Its grand scale required the installation of 564 chandeliers, 51,000 light bulbs, 44 stairwells, and 18 elevators. Gold graces every corner, from its opulent domes to its grand staircases. Its construction was a mammoth task, with a price tag of $1.4 billion when completed in 1984. Today, Istana Nurul Iman isn't merely the Sultan's residence. It also serves as the government's main headquarters. It's said that even the painting of the surrounding walls took an entire year. The Sultan, a known equestrian enthusiast, has also ensured the best care for his 200 prized horses, housing them in specially air-conditioned stables. His office is quite literally the gold standard, with interiors carved exquisitely from pure gold, from the guest chairs to the frames of artwork. Even the drinking glasses here are gold, molded, but it's not all about gold. There are also lavish embellishments like Italian marbles, Shanghai crystals, Chinese silks, and some of the rarest gemstones from China. All staircases in the palace are crafted from pristine white marble. For the Bruneians, it isn't just a monument to wealth. It's a symbol of their nation and the pride of its people, reflecting their deep reverence and trust in their monarch. Extravagant assets. Beyond his sprawling estates, the king boasts a private zoo, an indulgence that cost him a cool $10 million. This lavish menagerie is home to 30 Bengal tigers, rare eagles, flamingos, and cages filled with remarkably intelligent parrots. And for those golf aficionados, the king has the world-renowned golfer Jack Nicklaus design a golf course at one of his luxury properties. The Empire Hotel Ashki Country Club, a glamorous 6-star resort spread over 445 acres, is not just Brunei's crown jewel, but also counts as one of Asia's most luxurious and is often pegged amongst the top 10 in the world. This exquisite haven boasts pristine beachfront views, a golf course, 5 swimming pools, 6 upscale restaurants, a bank, and even its own cinema. A night here, a mere $250. Luxurious whims. The king, notorious for his opulent spending, has often showcased his willingness to shell out the big bucks for his obsessions. An art enthusiast, he once splurged $70 million on an oil painting by Pierre Gestronois titled Young Girls at the Piano. But that might pale in comparison to the time he booked an entire cabin on a Singapore Airlines flight just to fly in his favorite barber, Ken Modisto, from London for a trim. The round trip, spanning over 11,000 kilometers, came with a price tag of $21,000. And yes, he also covered the barber's plush stay in Brunei and a generous service fee. All that just to ensure he looked impeccable for a meeting with other state leaders. When the king steps out, be it for a vacation or a simple shopping spree, he's often accompanied by an entourage of hundreds. He spares no expense, typically spending upwards of $1 million on these trips, always staying in the finest hotels. A royal wedding extravaganza. Princess Fadzila, the darling daughter of the king, had a wedding celebration that lasted a staggering 10 days. Before her nuptials, she was best known as the captain of the national volleyball team and a healthcare activist. The grand event saw the who's of the royal family in attendance, including the dashing Prince Abdul Matan. 17 cannon shots were fired, a regal nod of acceptance for the bride's dowry. The groom's family was welcomed with pomp and splendor at the Nur al-Aman Palace, with royal family members personally greeting them. The ceremony unfolded in the palace's gold-adorned grand hall. The princess and her groom shined in diamond-studded white robes, a testament to the family's immense wealth. Throughout the 10-day celebration, the couple consistently dazzled in coordinated and opulent outfits adorned with priceless jewelry from head to toe. While most details of this royal wedding remain shrouded in mystery, one can only imagine the scale of its magnificence and opulence. In the glitzy world of wealth and royalty, the King of Brunei continues to shine brightly, maintaining his position as one of the richest monarchs in the globe. Behind the scenes, insiders hint that while the natural energy resources that have long fueled this wealth are on the decline, with estimations that oil reserves might dry up in about 25 to 30 years, the King Hassanal Bolkiah is proactively reaching out to investors. His vision? To pivot his nation towards a robust agricultural, industrial, and service-based economy. Brunei and its royal family seem to have been blessed with some of the universe's most remarkable privileges. For over half a century, atop the Bruneian throne, the monarch has amassed a treasure that's beyond any tangible gold or jewels. It's the unparalleled love, respect, and pride that the people of Brunei shower upon their sovereign. For the citizens of Brunei, their admiration for their king goes beyond his vast wealth. They fondly refer to him as the most people-centered leader, truly dedicated to his subjects. This sentiment isn't just about the unparalleled peace and prosperity he has brought to his nation, but also about the intimate moments that have become legendary. Like the king, book in hand, passionately teaching young students in a classroom, or him personally visiting disaster-stricken areas, offering solace and encouragement to the affected. Amidst the grandeur and opulence that often characterize royalty, King Hassanal Bolkiah of Brunei stands as a testament to a deeper, more profound kind of leadership. His reign, marked not just by immeasurable wealth, but by an unyielding commitment to his people, showcases that true kingship goes beyond golden palaces. It lies in the heart, in the willingness to teach, to comfort, and to pivot when necessary. In a world searching for genuine leadership, the King of Brunei exemplifies that the greatest leaders aren't just those who rule, but those who serve, inspire, and remain undyingly committed to the betterment of their people.